The Washington Post reports Hamas is starting to compromise on a hostage and ceasefire deal in Gaza. Trump's nominee for U.S. Ambassador to Israel, Mike Huckabee, joins me now. Governor, Biden would love a deal before January the 20th. He'd like to go out with that deal on his territory. Will he get one?
I hope he does, not for his sake, but for the families of these hostages. Yep. I spoke with a number of the hostage families just last week. I can't even begin to tell you how gut-wrenching it is to hear their stories. They don't know where their loved ones are, whether they're alive or dead. Many of them have been through a living hell. And so when Donald Trump says they'll have hell to pay if they don't let these hostages go, I think Hamas is taking it seriously. Look, if Joe Biden gets credit for it, I don't care. What I care about is those hostage families getting out. I wish that he had been talking as tough as Donald Trump, and I wish that he'd been doing more, because he's been putting more pressure on Israel for a ceasefire and to not go into certain areas of Gaza than he has on Hamas to let those hostages go. That's why they're still there after 420 days. So let's hope it happens. The sooner the better. But I believe this with all my heart. Donald Trump wasn't kidding when he said if they're not released when he's sworn in, they'll have hell to pay.
Do you think we would be near a hostage deal if Donald Trump had not been elected?
No, I don't. And I hate to say it that way, but we could have perhaps put more pressure. We didn't. The pressure we put was not on the Iranians. It wasn't on Hamas, the Houthis, or Hezbollah. The pressure we've put has been on Israel. And nobody can explain that to me. Why do you put pressure on the victims rather than the criminals? It just doesn't make any sense. But that's what we've done. And it's, I think, more ready than ever to see that let's trade Barney Fife with a bullet in his front pocket for Wyatt Earp.
Next one, Governor. Israel wants to control security in the Syria buffer zone and Gaza. Does Israel have to secure Syria and Gaza to secure itself?
Without a doubt. I mean, if anybody doubts that, just roll the clock back to October 7th of 2023 and ask yourselves, what happened when they didn't have absolute command? They gave Gaza completely to the Palestinians in 2005. They pushed 10,000 Jews out of Gaza and said, you can't live there anymore, even though they bought property and were living there. So if you want to know what a Palestinian state looks like, take a look at Gaza. That's what it is. And the sad fact is that Israel believed that they would honor the agreements, that they would take care of themselves, and instead 1,200 innocent civilian Jews got massacred on October the 7th. So Israel has to take seriously that security is in their own hands. They can trust no one else to really get it done.
Governor, thank you very much for being with us today. We wish you Godspeed when you go to Israel as our ambassador.